About 5 houses said no because I'm single, and like 3 said no because I have kids. And so come October, I was homeless, and my kids and I were living in a hotel because no one would rent to me.
The dark side of Canada's housing crisis exposed. Imagine a country celebrated for its high quality of life and breathtaking landscapes, now grappling with a housing crisis so severe that it threatens the very fabric of its society. Welcome to Canada, where skyrocketing home prices and growing homelessness reveal a stark, hidden reality. Canada's real estate market has been booming for years, particularly in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. This surge has been driven by a combination of factors, including low interest rates, foreign investment, and a growing population. On the surface, it might seem like a sign of a healthy economy, but dig a little deeper, and the cracks start to show. According to a 2024 report by the Canadian Real Estate Association, CREA, the national average home price has increased by 25% over the past 5 years. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, prices have soared even higher, with median home prices exceeding $1.3 million and $1.5 million, respectively. These escalating prices have made homeownership an unattainable dream for many Canadians. Foreign investment. Foreign investment has played a significant role in driving up housing prices. Wealthy investors from abroad, particularly from China, have poured billions into Canadian real estate, often purchasing properties as investments rather than places to live. This influx of foreign capital has driven up prices, making it increasingly difficult for average Canadians to afford homes. But why is this a problem? It's simple economics. When demand outstrips supply, prices soar. And when those buyers are willing to pay well above market value, it inflates the entire market. A study by the University of British Columbia in 2023 found that foreign buyers were responsible for up to 10% of home purchases in Vancouver, significantly impacting local housing affordability. This trend has prompted debates over the need for stricter regulations on foreign investment in real estate. Speculation and vacancy. Speculation and vacancy are two sides of the same coin in this crisis. Investors, both foreign and domestic, buy properties not to live in but to flip for profit or hold as assets. Many of these homes remain vacant, creating so-called ghost homes. In Vancouver alone, it's estimated that there are thousands of these empty properties. Imagine whole neighborhoods where the lights are always off and streets are eerily quiet. This not only drives up prices but also creates a false scarcity, pushing those who need homes further out of the market. A 2024 report by the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, revealed that approximately 66,000 homes in Vancouver are unoccupied. This represents about 8% of the city's total housing stock, contributing significantly to the housing shortage and escalating prices. Government policies and failures. The government's role in this crisis cannot be overlooked. Policies intended to cool the market, like foreign buyer taxes and vacancy taxes, have had limited success. Critics argue that these measures are too little, too late, and fail to address the underlying issues. Moreover, zoning laws and red tape have slowed the construction of new housing. The process to get new developments approved is often bogged down in bureaucracy, delaying projects that could alleviate the housing shortage. According to a 2024 analysis by the Fraser Institute, the average approval time for new housing developments in major Canadian cities is over 18 months. This delay exacerbates the housing shortage and drives up costs for developers and buyers alike. The human cost. While investors and speculators reap profits, the human cost of this crisis is staggering. Homelessness rates are climbing, and more families are finding themselves on the brink of eviction. The dream of homeownership is slipping away for many, replaced by the harsh reality of unaffordable rents and unstable living conditions. Meet Sarah, a single mother of 2, who's been priced out of her neighborhood. Despite working 2 jobs, she can barely afford rent, let alone save for a down payment. Her story is just one of many, reflecting the broader struggle faced by countless Canadians. A 2024 report by the Homeless Hub indicates that over 235,000 Canadians experience homelessness each year, with many more at risk due to unaffordable housing. This figure has risen by 10% since 2020, highlighting the growing crisis. Social and economic impacts. The housing crisis extends beyond individuals and families. It's impacting entire communities and the broader economy. When people spend most of their income on housing, they have less to spend on other goods and services, stifling local economies and small businesses. Communities are also changing. Long-term residents are being pushed out, replaced by transient renters and vacant properties. This erodes the social fabric, weakening the sense of community and belonging that's essential for a healthy society. According to a 2024 study by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives, the average household in major cities spends over 50% of its income on housing costs. This leaves little for other essential expenses, affecting overall economic stability and growth. Possible solutions. So, what can be done to address this crisis? There's no one-size-fits-all solution, but several approaches could help mitigate the issue. 1. Increased housing supply. Accelerating the approval and construction of new homes, particularly affordable housing, is crucial. This requires cutting through bureaucratic red tape and incentivizing developers to build. The government plans to streamline the approval process, reducing wait times for new housing projects. Additionally, there are proposals to provide subsidies and tax incentives to developers who focus on affordable housing projects. 2. Regulation of speculation. Implementing stricter regulations on real estate speculation can help cool the market. This includes higher taxes on house flipping and penalties for leaving properties vacant. The government is considering introducing a national vacancy tax and increasing capital gains taxes on short-term real estate investments. These measures aim to deter speculative buying and encourage the use of properties as homes rather than investment vehicles. 3. Support for renters. Providing more support for renters, such as rent controls and subsidies, can help alleviate the immediate pressures faced by those struggling to afford their homes. The government is planning to expand rent control policies to more regions and increase funding for rental assistance programs. These initiatives aim to protect tenants from exorbitant rent hikes and provide financial support to those in need. 4. Addressing income and tax policies. Beyond the direct measures to increase housing supply and affordability, the Canadian government is also focusing on improving the financial stability of its citizens through income and tax policies. 5. Increasing minimum wage and supporting living wages. One approach the government is taking is to increase the minimum wage and support the concept of a living wage. By ensuring that wages keep pace with the cost of living, more Canadians will be able to afford housing. The government plans to work with provinces and territories to establish a baseline for minimum wage that reflects regional cost of living variations. Additionally, there are initiatives to promote wage growth in key sectors, aiming to lift overall income levels. 6. Tax reductions and benefits. The government is also considering tax reductions for middle and low-income families to increase their disposable income. This could involve increasing the basic personal amount, which reduces the amount of income tax individuals owe. Expanding and enhancing benefits like the Canada Child Benefit and the GST or HST credit can provide additional financial relief to those most in need. 7. Housing subsidies and assistance programs. Expanding housing subsidies and assistance programs is another key area of focus. The government plans to increase funding for programs like the National Housing Strategy, which aims to build, repair, and provide affordable housing across the country. Enhanced support for first-time homebuyers, including grants and down payment assistance, can help more Canadians achieve homeownership. The housing crisis in Canada is a complex and multifaceted issue with deep-rooted causes and far-reaching impacts. By understanding the dark side of this crisis, we can begin to advocate for meaningful change. It's time for policymakers, communities, and individuals to come together and work towards a future where everyone has a place to call home. The housing crisis isn't just about numbers and statistics. It's about real people facing real struggles. It's about families like Sarah's, who are fighting to keep a roof over their heads. It's about communities losing their cohesion and character. And it's about the broader economic implications that affect us all. As we continue to shed light on this issue, it's crucial to push for comprehensive and compassionate solutions. The challenge is significant, but with concerted effort and innovative thinking, Canada can turn the tide on its housing crisis. Let's keep the conversation going, advocate for those in need, and strive for a future where housing is a right, not a privilege.